Okay, hello everybody, back again with another video. Today I'm going to be giving my recommendations for the chemistry curriculum. And just the first idea I had was probably to make a mandatory vocab list in the syllabus that they give you at the start of the school year. And everybody has to do it. And it is a summative, and no matter all the complaining, you sit down and you do about 50 to 100 vocab words on chemistry. It's nothing like crazy, like you have to make your own definition for it. But, you just make the list and have the, Google generated definition. Intraparticle, bonding, ionization, electronegativity, things like that. And what it's like to be polar, like a polar element, metal and non-metal in terms of chemistry. Like I feel like it's just right. And I really wish there were like certain stigmas against like why people don't pay attention in chemistry that were just gone. I really wish they were gone, because I feel like there would be no reason to fool around in chemistry if the teacher knew how to teach the subject or was more helpful. Like there's obviously something going on. Because like most of the time, the students know the teacher's strength because they can only demonstrate so much. The teacher has proved time and time again to be unhelpful, especially when it's like mid-year and you just want to get everything over with, and the teacher is still the same person they were at the start of the year, shows no sign or developing any more knowledge on the subject, being ignorant towards change in the classroom and the dynamics and the relationships that go on between the students that might change one's focus in the class. Like I feel like it all depends on who your teacher is. Like there are a ton of moving parts. Who the teacher is, what's required in the curriculum and syllabus that the teacher isn't teaching or is teaching, and what is required by the superintendent of the school, and what the teacher's doing, right? A teacher might give a formative, or a teacher might give a summative, word it like it's a formative, and then everybody's stumped and they're going crazy. That's not allowed. You can't make everybody believe it's a formative and then assign a summative. It just doesn't work like that. And yes, I'm speaking from personal experience. I know that hasn't happened to everybody, but it's gotta at least happen to one other person besides me. Anyway, the other suggestion that I had was similar to the, syllabus suggestion, where it's just this massive list of vocab. First off, right off, start of the year, summative, massive vocab list for chemistry on everything you need to know, all the terms, everything. And it's a little similar to that, but it's broken up either to the start of every quarter, right? So four quarters in a year, 2 semesters. At the beginning of every quarter, there is a vocab list. There's a vocab list you need to make, and it's about 25 words or more. I really don't feel like there should be a word limit on a vocab list, because like however many words you think people won't know. Sorry, this is getting off topic, but like subtopic. I don't like how teachers will try and gauge a group of students' knowledge by showing them videos or doing a survey, because as much as the school system wants to do that, as much as they want as many surveys as they want to conduct on the diversity of students and what they know because of their upbringing, or just when they paid attention in school in the last 5 years, I think they should stop doing that, because everybody is different, right? You may be in one generation, but you are not like the other people of your generation. Like there is at least one thing emotionally that sets you apart from everybody else in your generation. Unless you make it an effort, unless you are unknowingly making it an effort to follow what everybody else does. In that case, I say be a leader, bro. All right, like take some time to yourself, like figure out who you are for yourself. I'm not about to get existential again, because we already talked sort of about that in the last video with astronauts and depression and all. And I'm not completely a leader either. I'm gonna be real, right? I still have my socials, I still doom scroll, I'm still a person, and I still have flaws. But I'm just saying, if you're noticing that you're copying others' behaviors and you don't have many of your own, try to develop those, because that's what makes it hard for the schools to track you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But like as long as schools want to conduct surveys on kids, and it's like a reinforced idea between teachers that, if you mass survey a bunch of kids in a classroom, you'll get the general idea of what everybody knows, because it's not true. Everybody has something different going on in their head, and I'm not saying everybody needs individual help. It's either give a survey or don't give a survey and go along with the curriculum. Like my math teacher last year, I'm not gonna name him, let's call him Gerald. All right, Gerald, he had a very original way of like it was very old school, like old style, where you literally had a packet that was given to you at the beginning of every unit, and he would write on the board, right? He would write on the board. He had this like old style projector, not one of the new ones, right? He didn't have a new projector. He had a projector that was a light, and he shined it down on that table, that glass table, and he put the packet up, and it worked so well, regardless of what everybody thought, because they all want hands-on. They all want to have somebody come up to them and help them. But I think that with an old style teaching method, that kind of involvement with the whole class would work. He had a very straightforward way of doing things, and it caused drama. It caused drama with the people who were used to being hands-on and having individual help. But I think with an old style teacher and old style teaching methods, teaching a whole group of students at once without doing a survey of what they know beforehand would work. But when you try to appeal to a new style of teaching, right, where you survey the whole group of students, try and gauge what they know and what they don't know, it just doesn't work because everybody's different. And then you try a hands-on activity. Some are not good at hands-on activities, so it's better to not do a survey and go back to that old style of teaching that's very basic and just follow the curriculum and give what they need to know, right, just straight out. Just vocab list, right, with a packet. Okay, cool. Kind of like fill in the blank notes, except you kind of go back and make tweaks to it to make it like more towards your style, and then you add, you know, some jokes here and there, maybe some personal information about yourself, just to have them gauge interest, and that creates mystery within your students, right? And I'm talking directly about teachers, right? I'm talking directly to teachers right now. With chemistry, like right brain people cannot be creative with chemistry because it involves math, right? And I do believe the right brain and left brain theory. I think that some things are just inherent to some people, like they are like kind of like just why people are good at different subjects, because they can use certain parts of their brain that other people can't. You know, if you have parents that were good at math, you're probably going to be good at math. My mom is amazing at English, and I get 80s in English if I'm actually trying. I can write an essay in under 30 minutes. Like, I'm just good at English, but other people aren't. I'm not good at chemistry, and I know all of my friend group isn't as well. Back to the actual topic. I think that there should be a list of vocab. You shouldn't have a word limit, really, you know, and you shouldn't try and gauge a whole student, like a whole mass of students' interest at once. You should just give out vocab, right? No word limit to how much vocab there is, but one at the beginning of every quarter, or in the syllabus, a massive vocab list. Right? And no matter how many, like, they all have to be summatives, they all have to be mandatory summatives worth 100 points. I feel like that would kind of get people just in the swing of things. Especially if they're words that'll actually help you in the long run, not like and the. I feel like that's kind of established. You should just have key terms. That would help a lot of people do very well in chemistry if they just understood the words more than what they mean when they're combined, right? I don't know, just a thought. This was quite a long topic, so I'm going to try and cut this down and remove the filler from it, but that's all I really want to say about that. I feel like there was another thing that I wanted to say, but yeah, I was probably going to say something about presentations, but then again, it's always good to practice public speaking, so yep, we got a little existential in this one again. So have a good day, subscribe if you like it, share if you want to, and peace out.